Hello everyone, this is the Starving Martian, and today we are continuing our look at Mars Attacks Invasion. We've looked at all the story cards, and we continue now with the next batch of cards in the series. This is card 59, and it begins our look at the comic book and other assorted bits of Mars Attacks history that make up the second half of Mars Attacks Invasion. And so this is the cover of Mars Attacks #1 from IDW. This card is simply called Mars Attacks. And it's a cover that they used for the trade, um, the Mars Attacks Volume 1 IDW, which I own. And it's an excellent picture, an excellent shot, very nice card. So the next cards we're going to look at come from the IDW comics. This was 2012 when these cards were made, and so the comics were still an ongoing thing. So this, as I said, was the shot of cover #1. The next card is called Modern Day Massacre. This was the second cover, or the cover of the second issue, rather. Obviously a stylized picture. There was no giant Martian swallowing the planet, but still, nice image. This one is 21st Century Slaughter. And we see the Martians raising the flag there, Iwo Jima style, and I wonder if that photo was staged as well. Insect Armageddon is up next. The Martians love their giant bugs. And don't we all? And you know, that's one thing I've always thought that the movie was missing, ever since I saw the original trading card series, is the giant bugs. That would have been pretty cool. Um, 3 Against the Martians is up next. I haven't done a review of this particular comic series yet. I plan to, but yeah, these guys are time displaced. They've been abducted throughout the years and kind of kept in cold storage, and so they unite and try to help humanity battle the Martian invaders. Frozen in Ice. And this particular image was used as the cover of the second uh, volume, the second trade paperback, Mars Attacks Volume 2, as well as being the cover of a individual issue. Of Made Men and Martians is the title of this one. Got a little James Bond thing kind of going on there. Yeah, James Bond is very much like the Martians. They each have cool gadgets. They each like, somehow get the pretty girl. A shocking surprise for our next card. See, because there's electricity. It's shocking. That's a surprise. And this one is called Crushed. It's Mars Attacks versus the Killer Tomatoes. And it looks like the Martians won. Okay, up next is a bunch of cards off of a single comic. This was the Mars Attacks The Holidays, which was one comic, but it was issued with several variant covers. And so here's the first of them. This card is called Ho Ho Die. Seriously, Ho Ho Die. Anyway, there you are. You know it's Christmas because there's a Santa hat. That makes everything Christmas. The Last Thanksgiving. This is my favorite cover from Mars Attacks Holiday. You know what this card makes me think of is Addams Family Values. Have you ever seen that? The camp sequence where Wednesday Addams uh, is putting on the pageant to play with the first Thanksgiving and everything goes awry. Portrait of Insanity. A nice holiday greeting card. I don't know how insane they really look, but whatever. Alone in Space. This is yet another card for the holiday. It doesn't look very holiday-y to me, but be that as it may, it is still a nice card. And Nothing is Safe is up next. This one's hilarious. So yeah, I'm almost positive there was not a Groundhog Day story, but that's okay. I'll forgive them that because this card makes it worthwhile. Remember, the Groundhog sees its shadow, it means it's going to get destroyed by a Martian. And the next one's the cover of Mars Attacks Classics. The Classics, rather. Not Mars Attacks Classics, which is the Mars Attacks book that has all the Topps comics in it. But this one handled such literary classics as Moby Dick and Robinson Crusoe and added Martians to them. Because everything is better with Martians. This one's called Unconventional Crisis. The drawing was done for a convention, hence the title. And I just mentioned Mars Attacks Classics. This was the cover that they used for the first Mars Attacks Classics. It was an original piece of art. Is because Mars Attacks Classics Volume 1 collected the Topps comics, and this was not from that, but it was an original piece of art they used for the cover. I actually have a review of Mars Attacks Classics Volumes 1 through 3. It's in one of my playlists. Feel free to check it out. This one here, the next card, was the cover of Mars Attacks Classics Volume 2, and naturally the cover of Mars Attacks Volume 3 is up next. And so after that, they started delving into cards showcasing Mars Attacks history throughout the years, from the Mars Attacks baseball special, Take 'em Out at the Ball Game. This one's called Martian Domination. Again, from the Mars Attacks Topps comics. I want that blown up as a full poster. That is a great image. The Fury of Battle is up next. Martians versus a giant ant. Said they love their giant bugs. Sometimes they don't. Martian with a football. It's two sports-related cards in relatively quick succession. Martian Assault is what this one's called. And yes, there's Martians and they're assaulting things. So it's pretty honest. Next up, we got 3 sexy Martian cards in a row. Woohoo! So here's card number 1 of the 3, featuring a very, very lucky Payak, a Martian braid with a giant eyeball. Card number 2 of the sexy 3, although this one doesn't quite do it for me, but I'm sure somebody out there gets a kick out of this one. And there's good old Cannibal Ann. We've seen her in Mars Attacks Classics Volumes 2 and 3. Alright, Feast of Brains is the title of this card. And I thought fish was supposed to be brain food. Verdict Destruction. This was the cover of Mars Attacks number 1/2, put out by Wizard Comics. Binding Beauty from God Save the Queen. And moving away from the comics, here's a card featuring artwork for a model set. This one was made for a t-shirt. This one here is called Rage of the Alien. Angry Alien. Urgh! And this one's called Undercover. I don't know why. I think his cover's blown. How'd you know I was a Martian? I'm undercover. Okay, here's one called The Candidate. Vote Martian, or else. Quite frankly, I'd take him over any of the candidates any party's been giving us recently. The Face of Invasion. And last but not least, Mars Attacks 2013. As I said, this card set was made in 2012, but they were promising that Mars Attacks would return, and indeed it does in the form of Mars Attacks Invasion, the next card series we will be handling. But before we close, aside from the card series itself, which was a good 95 cards, there was also several what they call chase sets, rare cards. I only have one complete chase set, which is these propaganda posters here. Destroy the Human Menace. So you could choose your side. You want to be on the side of the Martians or on the side of the humans. Humans are the good guys, Martians are the winners. Take your pick. Join the resistance. Send them back to Mars. And I do this lovely vintage old school style artwork here. Mars needs minds. Support the science division and build tomorrow's weapons today. And finally, prepare, because they are coming. So, recruitment poster, I guess, for the Novus Vira. And that about wraps up Mars Attacks Invasion. As I said, there are more chase cards, but these are the ones I own. I am, as I've said before, a collector on a budget, so sometimes I do have to cheap out a little bit. But anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed. We got a couple more interesting reviews coming up, including Mars Attacks Brain Disintegrator Gun. That'll be fun. And then we will get on to Mars Attacks Occupation, the next card set in our series. Until then, though, have a good one, everybody, but keep watching them skies.